Fall Guys Season 3 out today, Jack. Da-da-da.
Yeah. I mean, that was...
Are you working on their PR? Are you working on their PR team by any chance? That's the kind of support I was expecting. Oh, is it?
It was such a flash in the... It was there and then it was gone. But hopefully they get back on it because, you know, it was good for a while, wasn't it? Fall Guys Season 3.
I'm proud to say...
just Fall Guys generally.
Yeah, I think just in general. I'm proud to say that just before it stopped being cool, I managed to win a game.
You got to win. Fantastic.
Honestly, I screamed so loud I terrified the cat for several hours.
What was your last round? What was the final?
It was the one where the land is falling away behind you.
You got to jump. Yeah.
You got to jump over, and it was literally just a case of one guy fell a little bit quicker than I did. Nice. I was a touch more aerodynamic, and that was all that did it. You are here for Fall Guys news. That's correct, but we'll squeeze in a little bit of wrestling news as well. A top WWE star is off TV until next year. Original plans for Keith Lee on this past Monday's Raw have been revealed. And wait till we share these bizarre details of a scrapped storyline for Matt Hardy. We'll get to that in a bit. Feels a touch on the clickbaity side to say this performer will not be on WWE TV for the rest of the year, since it's December the 16th, but it stands to testament. PW Insider report in this one. Jack, who have we lost for the rest of 2020?
It's Lana Tom. After the angle which wrote her out of TLC this week, she got beaten up by Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax on Raw. She was meant to be tagging with Asuka, of course, to take on the women's tag team champions. Now Asuka has to find herself a mystery partner. Who's that going to be? And yeah, Lana's going to be kept off TV for a number of weeks. What is there an official number that's been reported?
3 to 4. So like we're not looking until like sort of early part of January, getting set for Rumble season. That's when we'll apparently see Lana again. I'm so baffled by this, because this has been for good or for bad. This has been the one consistent storyline on Monday Night Raw. Really? Yeah. For good or for bad. And people have rallied against it, confused by it, and just as we're about to get some closure on it, they take it away. It's like somebody saying to you, we've only, like, do you want a sandwich? Yeah, I'd love a sandwich. We've got manure sandwiches. Well, I don't want manure sandwich. Well, that's all we've got. You have to have a manure sandwich. I'm not really keen. You have to have it. All right, fine, I'll have it. Well, it's not here anymore. Why?
Yeah.
I'm being very harsh. I'm being very harsh calling it a manure sandwich, but you know what I mean.
I feel like rather than manure, it could be something like, I don't like tuna. But if I was really hungry and there was only tuna, I'd want tuna. And now they've taken the tuna away, and now I've got no food. Oh well, it's mystery. It's mystery filling now in the tuna. I think a big,
it's now the mystery
in the sandwich.
Meat.
I think a big part of it as well is that Lana was very much the focal point of this storyline. She was the center of it. Now she's been removed from it, but the storyline's continuing anyway.
She's the reason it's happening.
Yeah,
it's like the host of the party leaving and going to bed.
Absolutely, you'd think that the storyline would be put on hold for a little bit, maybe until she's back, and we don't know why. Is she taking time off just to sell these injuries? Is there a real sort of nagging injury that she maybe wants to get checked up on or taken care of? We don't really know. Maybe it's just to put the spotlight on whoever the mystery person is coming back in, but it does feel like a very strange decision to remove the focal point of the story. If you were going to do it, you'd think you'd have Asuka taken out of the story and Lana has to find a mystery partner. So I don't really understand what's going on.
Who would we think is going to be the mystery partner here? There's a couple of potentials.
I was talking to Ross the other day, and he suggested Charlotte Flair. I've seen various people as well online since Ross said that, suggesting Charlotte Flair. I thought maybe Eva Marie as well. Although now that I think about it, maybe she's more likely to come back in the Rumble, to make her second debut, I suppose, in the Rumble match. Or Charlotte could do that as well. But I think they're the two front runners. Have I missed anyone off, do you think?
There's been a few people online saying, well, Becky Lynch, she's had the baby. Now she's good to go. Like the moment you have the baby, you're immediately back to it.
She probably wants to... And also, even if that was the case, she probably wants to spend some time with the baby.
Yeah, it's not like she's done that and now she can come back to wrestling.
The baby will take care of itself. That'll be fine.
It'd be fine.
I've got a Rumble to win. Come on.
The problem is that the front runners are Charlotte Flair and Eva Marie, and that's the babyface team.
Yeah.
I'm baffled as to what we're expected, like what they're hoping for here. The others, in terms of storyline, the only potential is either half of Dandy, Dana Brooke, or Mandy Rose to take the role. But then, even that, I can't say I'm massively excited for that prospect.
I think Ross has nailed it. I think it's most likely to probably be Charlotte Flair. But if it is, then it's going to be another case of tag partners who don't get along. And that's a real problem in WWE at the minute, especially in the women's division.
They bloody love tag partners that don't get along, don't they? They really do. Staying with Monday Night Raw, Keith Lee suffered a pinfall loss on Raw, but it didn't go down the way that it was originally meant to, did it, Jack?
No, but this is like being offered a manure sandwich, Tom, and then...
Don't use my analogy back at me, you cheeky little chicken.
And then they go, oh, you don't want that? Here's one with slightly less manure on it. Because apparently, the original plan, if I've got this right, was for Keith Lee to lose, according to PW Insider, to lose anyway, but just in a singles match to The Miz. And then that got changed to losing a handicap match against Miz and Morrison. Baffling booking decision, in my opinion. I've got no idea where this has come from, Tom. Do you?
It's a marked improvement to have him lose to 2 as opposed to 1. But yeah, it's I'm ever the optimist, but I am somewhat concerned about the trajectory of Keith Lee on Monday Night Raw. It doesn't feel like
they can't have forgotten about Keith. Well,
no, they don't forget about Keith. There's a whole song that says so.
Yeah,
but I'm so baffled by what. And there was talk earlier on in this week that Keith may or may not have been one of those involved in the performance center extra lessons as a result of fitness, and whether or not this is part of it, I don't know. But then a few people online said, well, surely if he was being punished in some way, why would he be on TV at all? Like, surely you just take him off of TV rather than having him lose.
True, but then at the same time, WWE have this weird thing where sometimes they do try and get one over on people who are in the doghouse by having them lose on TV, like in the latter days of Dean Ambrose, for example, when suddenly he was feuding with EC3 and Nia Jax. It was really strange. I suppose Keith may have been involved in the whole Vince losing his temper with the bigger men on the roster and saying, no, you need to learn how to wrestle. But if that was the case, why? Because Keith Lee is a fantastic... Surely he's almost objectively a fantastic wrestler. I don't understand where this has come from.
It's
and
so
I don't
bizarre.
What's going on.
It's so bizarre, is it? Because it's like they've really tempered what Keith does. Like he is such a phenomenal high flyer as a big lad. But I feel like he got to Raw and they went, right, park all that, just give us some straight stuff. Like some simple big man stuff, so which he's been doing, and then people go, oh, I don't know, I don't like him. But you've told him not to do the stuff that made him cool. That's it's like someone offering you a manure sandwich. I'm not doing that again.
I don't know what to say about this really, because it seems so baffling that Keith Lee was only a year ago, he was almost winning the Survivor Series elimination match and just going out at the very end to Roman Reigns, I think it was. And now fast forward a year and it seems like he's gone higher, he got to the main roster, and then it's the same thing that happens to a lot of promising NXT call-ups, and I don't know the reason for it.
The writers for WWE, that weird tense room full of typing machines and stress, have been chatting amongst themselves, and WrestleVotes have overheard some of it. They said, quote, recently a group of writers were asked to make a list of underutilized talents they felt could shine if given the proper opportunity. Those lists ranged wide, but nearly all of them included Cesaro, Angel Garza, Chad Gable, Carmella, and Peyton Royce. Some names in there, Jack, that desperately need more love.
Yeah, and a lot of them I think are the usual suspects as well. When you ask people, like especially, online, the hardcore wrestling fans, who on the WWE roster deserves more, everyone's going to say Cesaro, everyone's going to say Chad Gable. Carmella's a bit of a strange one because she's been women's champion. She's won Money in the Bank. She's achieved quite a lot, Carmella. And is currently in the midst of a title feud with Sasha Banks. So I'm not sure why she was on the list, but fair enough. I suppose if they think she's got more to offer, higher to go, then fair enough. Peyton Royce as well. I don't know still why they split up the Iconics, because it doesn't seem to have done either of them any good, especially not Billy. And who was the other one? Angel Garza, I think, is just quite clearly very promising as well, in a sort of smarmy heel way, really entertaining. So I think this list is unsurprising, But I guess the question is, will it have any effect?
I've got a challenge for you.
Okay.
Using 5 words, it gives each of these wrestlers something to do. Using 5 words.
Well, just 5 words for all of them?
No, for each one. So for Cesaro,
Oh.
what would you give Cesaro to do using 5 words?
Oh, immediate world title reign now.
Angel
who's
Garza?
next? Long second tier title run.
Chad Gable?
Batter everybody with suplexes, please.
Carmella?
Keep doing what you're doing. She's doing all right. It's fine.
Peyton Royce?
Get back with friend. Dominate.
And finally, Matt Hardy has basically become the daddy of cinematic wrestling. Even before this virus, the virus that Drew McIntyre claymored this week, even before it turned up, we were admiring the work of Matt Hardy outside of wrestling. And a story came down yesterday about a scrapped pitch for Matt Hardy when he was part of TNA Wrestling. Tell us about it, Jack.
Matt Hardy pitched the idea of bringing an end to the entire promotion. So, do you remember that Apocalypto match? The match where it was the one with all of the tag teams. So it was Matt and Jeff, and then there was like modern day tag teams, and also I think the Rock and Roll Express got involved as well. And Matt Hardy said, I'll find the quote actually because it's very bizarre, but also very Matt Hardy. He was saying on Twitter that basically he was going to delete the entire promotion of TNA Wrestling. He actually pitched this, and it would have seen the company undergo a rebrand. So it wouldn't have I guess me saying that he would have ended the promotion is a little bit misleading. He would have rebooted it, I suppose is the right word. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, it would have been a way to break away from TNA Wrestling, which is something they wanted to do, and officially rebrand as Impact Wrestling, which they did shortly after anyway. But right. I guess it's just a creative way of doing it, and I'm really sad that we didn't get this. I'm intrigued by what this could have been. Did
the Hardys, have I made this up or did this happen? I feel like the Hardys' last appearance in Impact before they went to Ring of Honor was V1 zapping them out of the ring, and then they never came back. That's what happened. Right, okay, yeah. Right, yeah, cool.
That was when we saw that they went off on I think they did they not do a tour afterwards as well? Like they went to different, some indie promotions in America and in Mexico and stuff like that.
It was called it wasn't called this, but it was similar to something like the Carnival of Gold or something like that. The Expedition of Gold, maybe?
Expedition! That rings a bell.
Yes,
the Expedition of Gold! That was it. What could have been an expedition followed by an explosion? It would have been quite literally the opposite of a manure sandwich. What time are you on Twitch tonight, sir?
I'm on Twitch tonight at 6 p.m. British time with Owen, GMT that is, and we will be doing some more Football Manager, and that's I think all I've got to plug at the moment. Tom, what have you got going on?
Watch Alongmas. Can I give a plug to Watch Alongmas? Every
Absolutely.
single day between now and Christmas Day, we are on the podcast feed. We're watching old, awful wrestling matches. It's myself, it's Matthew Gregg, it's Justin Henry, our writer from Off of America, and a host of mystery special guests from the Cultaholic multiverse. Maybe even Jack one day. Who knows?
Who bloody knows?
Who flipping knows? That's on the podcast feed, as well as daily wrestling news and every episode ever of Desert Island Graps. You can get that wherever you get your podcasts from. Wherever you are, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.